Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we're going to review the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Splinter and Shredder movie figures from NECA Toys. This is exclusively available at Wal-Mart stores here in the US. And I would also like to thank NECA for providing this for review. We greatly appreciate that. So I'm sure you can see that Splinter and Shredder are just like you saw them from the GameStop single package exclusive. Splinter does not include his shackles, so it looks like the shackles will remain exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con. But by now you should be able to know what you're getting here with the figures. What I love about this is that all these interchangeable hands with Splinter, that's included here, and we're going to go into that throughout the review. So as you can see, this is a window box packaging, very similar to what we've seen. The Nickelodeon and the Ninja Turtles logo up on top there. You have a really good movie artwork of the Turtles lifting up the sword lid right there on the bottom. And you have Splinter and Shredder's name also on the bottom. So on Splinter's side, you're going to see a couple of images of Splinter there. There's the logo in between the two images, Nickelodeon logo up on top, and of course NECA's logo right there on the bottom. The other side, you have images of Shredder, same thing with the logos. And on the back, you have all these great images showing you the figures, the accessories. You have the Ninja Turtles logo, the Nickelodeon logo. It even says Splinter vs. Shredder. And you have a description right there just below that. You also have some images. These are NECA turtle figures on the bottom there. You also have the logo of NECA right there on the bottom. So there's a closer look at the description for you guys, in case you want to take a look. And on the bottom of the packaging, you have all the names from NECA's designers, everything. All the great people at NECA Toys responsible for bringing this set together. And here we have a look at the tray with Shredder and Splinter carefully positioned in there along with all their accessories. So this is to easily protect the figures from damage, things like that. They've done a great job packaging it, and you should be able to tell that Shredder's cape is right behind him there. So what I'm going to do now is open these up and let's take a closer look. And here's your in-hand look at Splinter and Shredder. Both figures feature the same sculpt as we've previously seen at San Diego, as well as the single packaged GameStop exclusives from earlier this year. The sculpts continue to be great. They're great likenesses, great attention to detail. You have that sculpted fur on Splinter. I love the soft goods on him. You also see that it also has the same wash as the GameStop exclusive had on the clothing down there. The belt is tied around his waist there. So it's continuing to be a great sculpt form. And there's a look at the back. The tail is bendable. As we've seen, the feet are bandaged, as we've also previously seen. And there's a look at the head sculpt there. It's a great looking head sculpt, great likeness. There's a look at the side there. And of course, Shredder. Shredder is also just a repackaged release that we've previously seen. Still a great figure, great likeness, basically everything you would want in a movie-accurate Shredder figure. I love the painted details on his outfit there. That continues to be great. The spikes on his forearms and lower legs there. Those are also very nicely done, as well as the shoulders up on top there. The helmet as well, great attention to detail there. There's a look at the side. And of course, there's a look at the back. A little trouble standing up from back here. But there's your look at him there. Oop, see what I mean? So there's your look at Shredder. Just like the previous offerings, his face mask here is removable. And you get a great looking head sculpt for Shredder. Includes his scar that we've also previously seen. And there's a closer look for you guys. You can really see they went all out with the paint apps and everything on the face there. There's a closer look at the scar. And if you were wondering, it's just that facepiece that is removable. The helmet is not. So going back to Splinter, I was talking about the shackles not being included with this release. The one on the right is the shackles and the chain link that came with the San Diego Comic-Con release from a couple of years ago. And here's a look at the back. He's having a little trouble standing back there. So this is what I'm talking about. You see the difference between the two. Sorry about that. Just having some difficulty getting him to stand on his own. So there's a look at the back there. You see the chain link right there. You see his arms are shackled up there. And you don't see that on this particular release. All right, hopefully that will stay up a minute. So there's a look at Splinter between the two variations of him. This one here is closer to the GameStop single package release, as we've seen from earlier this year, while the Shackles version will remain a San Diego exclusive. So while Shredder includes all the same accessories as previously offered, Splinter includes some new accessories that haven't been offered before, including these interchangeable hands and slippers that you see here. Splinter includes 4 sets of interchangeable hands, and each one is different. The one in his wrists there, those are the open hands. Those have been offered before. But these open grip hands, these pointy finger hands, as well as this unique style hand that I'm playing with here, those are all new. He also includes one pair of nunchucks, a pizza slice, which you see here, can of mutagen, which one side is removable, so you can open that up, see inside. There's nothing inside, by the way, it's just empty. And he comes with these slippers here, which can fit on his feet. So going into the accessories, here's a look at Splinter with his 2 pointy finger hands. And I also went ahead and put the slippers on his feet, which you can see there. I think especially the slippers, they work very well for him. And as an added bonus, they also help him stand better. So I definitely love that about these. And of course, the pointy finger hand sculpts. These are great additions to them. Gives you that option to pose them differently compared to other releases. And I think they did a very nice job on it. Okay, so here's a look at Splinter Meditating, and you're going to see the pizza on his top of his head there, as well as this set of interchangeable hands that's also included. I also want to thank our readers for pointing out my mistake in the other video. I'm adding this segment to correct myself and to show you guys what the pizza looks like on top of his head. So as you can see, the pizza holds up pretty well. It just rests on top of his head. It can't connect or anything, if you were wondering. And there's a look there. And there's a closer look at the pizza on top of Splinter's head there. I know it's not perfectly accurate to the movie, as you can't really get him in a seated position, but I think they did a phenomenal job on it. So there's a look there. And here's a look at the pizza on top of his head once again from a bird's eye view. You're also going to see the toppings on the pizza, which looks like pepperoni, maybe some anchovies, various other toppings. All right, here's a look at these hand sculpts here. You can see how his fingers are positioned in here. You have the thumb and one of the fingers touching right there. There's a closer look at that. And here's a closer look at the can of mutagen. I found it best to use these hand sculpts to hold the mutagen, but it's very hard to get them to hold it. You kind of have to move the hands closer together, and the fingers just pretty much hold the can in place there. But other than that, it's a great offering, and I don't believe Splinter held the can of mutagen in the movie, so he doesn't really have to hold it. You could just leave it on the floor there. But I wanted to give you guys a look of him holding it there. As you can see, he holds it pretty well, but if you touch it, it will fall off. Splinter's final hand sculpts are these open grip hands, which can hold a nunchuck, which I'll show you guys in a second. All the hands are painted the same tones and everything, so they definitely did a great job on it. And there's your closer look at Splinter holding the nunchuck there. He can hold it in one hand or two hands. And there's a look at Splinter holding the nunchucks in two hands. And here's a look at Shredder with a set of his interchangeable hands there. And if you're pretty observant, you would see that I put the dagger and the sheath right under his belt there, which has also been previously offered. So there's a closer look at the knife and sheath there. The knife is removable, and the hands that are now in his sockets there, those are the open hands. These are definitely a great hand sculpt. And of course, this one here has the blade on there. And here's a look at Shredder's third alternate hand sculpts. This is the open grip hand. These hands can hold the dagger that's still right under his belt there. But here's a closer look for you guys. And here's another look at Shredder, this time holding the dagger, which you see there. And this hand can also hold that double-bladed weapon, which you see there. It's still a great accessory for him, and it works very well. This accessory can also be held in one or two hands as shown, and he's got a really good grip on it. You can also have nice posability with it, many different ways to display it. And here's a look at Shredder with his cape on. The cape is a little difficult to get on. You gotta put it through the loop there, and the 7-inch scale, it's a lot harder to get it through as compared to the 1/4-inch scale from, I think that was out last year or the year before. But once you get the knack of it, it shouldn't be much of a problem. The cape, very nicely done. It's the same as previously offered. I still love this cape. And you can really see the size of it from the back there. It's really a phenomenal offering, and I think they did a very nice job on it. All right, here's a comparison that I've never shown you guys before. Shredder with his cape on, with a comparison with Super Shredder. As you can see, both figures look great together. Attention to detail is just phenomenal, especially the scale-wise. Look how much bigger and bulkier that Super Shredder is compared to the 7-inch scale figure. And turn these guys around. There's a look at their capes right there. And here's a comparison of Splinter with his turtles there. You're also going to see that the scale works extremely well there. Great attention to detail on these figures, and the likenesses are just remarkable. And here's another look at Splinter and Shredder. I put the can of mutagen from CGRI in the hands that he comes with in the packaging, and I forgot to add before that you can also use those hands to hold the canister. Overall, I think they've done a phenomenal job with this property. Just look at all that great attention to detail given to these figures. The likenesses are just phenomenal. Paint applications, sculpt, everything. These are, in my opinion, perfection right here. Overall, I would strongly recommend picking these up, especially if you're a Turtles fan, if you've been buying the figures over the years. This 2-pack has a lot that you may already have, but what I like about this is all the extra accessories that Splinter comes with that the previous offerings didn't include, including all the interchangeable hands. So if you haven't picked this up yet, this 2-pack would definitely be strongly recommended for you. Thank you again to NECA Toys for providing this for review. Greatly appreciate that. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more coverage. Also check out the written portion and photo gallery of this review. And also don't forget to follow us on social media. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon.